Here we are. Today, we finally start the main. It was 4 months ago, or at least I think it was 4 months ago. February, probably, when I first started making any characters at all in this account. And now, not only do we get to see the fruits of the labor that I put into this character, but also, we're going to get to see the beautiful story that is Adele.
I shall be your blade, courageous and true. I shall strike down corruption and evil without mercy, never yield. I will defend you until I breathe my last. Reinforcements should be here soon. We've got to hold on. Until then, we must guard the gate.
Are we all that's left?
That dream again. Each time I remember less and less. I wonder how much time has passed. Another piece gone. Soon there will be nothing left.
If there's anybody listening, please help me.
A voice.
Please save this place.
Yeah, I got the idea. Well, editing the Kadena video, I noticed that there was a lot of background noise during those cutscenes where I wanted to raise the volume. So I suddenly got the idea. How about I just mute my mic? So when I mute my mic, I can raise the YouTube volume as much as I want when video editing, and it will sound clean. So, I'll just do that for now until we get to fighting, probably. Or unless there's a particular line that I want to say something about.
Think I'm scared of you? You all call yourselves knights. Yet your only allegiance is to the highest bidder! I'm trying to play it cool. This is the worst scrape I've gotten myself into since founding the Uprising. I've got to think. I can't let them catch me now. My friends are depending on me. Nah, I don't see any way out of here. If only I had a mighty knight to save me in times like these. Please, someone, anyone, hear my prayer. Please send a knight to save me. To save this kingdom. Huh?
The gentle breeze feels so soft on my skin. Have I finally been freed from my curse? No. Perhaps this is just a dream. A sweet, beautiful dream. Could all this be an illusion from the void?
A legendary knight? Are you really here to save me? Wow. Your uniform is so cool. I guess the old stories were all true. I can't believe you're really...
Does this man know? This boy? Does he know me? After all this time in the dark, perhaps he can tell me who I am and what's happened to me. Wait. Is he still talking?
Would hear my desperate plea. But enough on it. You're the knight. Hurry up and save me.
Save you? But I don't even know you. You're not in any of the few memories I have left. Do we know each other?
What are you talking about? You were summoned here because I made a wish at that fountain. Aren't you here to help me save this kingdom? Anyway, maybe now's not the best time to discuss this.
What tricks are you up to now, thief? You're not getting away this time! Person fell out of the sky. Is that his accomplice? Lock them both up!
You do realize they're going to arrest you too, don't you? Aren't you gonna do something? You can't let them catch me. Not like this.
Huh?
You who are beloved by the sword, pull forth your blade. Your calling is to protect the crown.
Pull forth my blade. Protect the crown? But I don't have a sword. Pull forth my blade. What is that supposed to mean? Wait. I remember a battlefield. A sword pulled from the ether. Yes, that's it.
Did you just conjure a sword out of thin air? Wait, don't answer that. There's no time. Now's our chance to run. Follow me.
What are you just laying around for? Go after them!
I find it funny that you also locked onto Feel the Light and pull out the Keyblade. Although funny enough, that's not what I've hooked onto first. Use the sword that's in your soul. It's easy. I can't remember what movie that's from. I want to say the movie was called The Beast and His Boy. Why not just turn yourself in and pay for your sins? You can't spend the rest of your life running from the law. When we get out of this, I'll tell you everything. All I'm asking is for you to trust me until then. The men did seem to think that I was his accomplice. Letting them catch me could only lead to trouble. Besides, my memories are all a haze right now. I'll draw their attention away on the count of 3, and then we'll make a run for it. Our odds are better if we split up. Got something urgent to take care of. Can we meet up after we've lost them? There's something I need to talk to you about. And have a proper introduction when we meet back up. Come find me at the fountain at the bell's 5th toll. Till we meet again, my legendary knight. Very much was a phantom trick. Just flicking a coin at them after saying that they only pay attention to the highest bidder. Just flicking a coin at them for the insults. I need to check to see if attack is on control. Okay, it is not. That goes up to F12 then. Looks like everything's in order. What a strange turn of events. I remember hearing a voice coming from the sculpture in the fountain. It seemed to know things about me. There. Now, Link Manager, Phantom Instinct, Keen Edge, Elementalism, Wild Rage, Judgment, Unfair Advantage, Tides of Battle, Aron Blessing, Evan Blessing, I just mixed those up, Solace, Mercedes Blessing, and Empirical Knowledge. Typically speaking, Empirical Knowledge wouldn't be very good for grinding, although I'm expecting some hardships. Upon getting above level 140, we might not be one-shotting everything, but we can certainly try. And as for can we add you in-game, I would put that at a tentative no until otherwise specified. You can join my Discord, and we can just chat, which is similar to a friend request. So, after all these link skills, what is Adele's link skill? It's a pretty good one. It's an interesting one that's technically not good for herself. But it will be later. Increase boss damage passively. Not nearly as much as Demon Slayers at 15%, but it'll be 4%, and increase damage by 2%, all the way up to 8% for each party member, including yourself on the same map. For every party member I have, my damage increases by 2%, up to a maximum of 8. It's good. I wouldn't say it's one of the best Link skills, but to have this on me permanently, it's a good one to have. And with the Legion outfitted, let's look at first job. So, as I recall, Magical Dispatch was worth more than I gave it credit, though I don't actually know how to use it, which only adds more into the feeling of being Adele, where I don't particularly know what things do. But you can take a guess that one of these skills is a standard attack. When I need to attack, it will present itself. I was supposed to protect someone, but who? I remember raising my blade and being spattered with Flora blood. I was helpless, unable to spread the red wings that are my people's birthright. What happened to me? And now I find myself in an unfamiliar city. My memories scattered, swept up in the schemes of some petty thief. I should just walk away. But that boy, he seemed to know me. I need answers now. Petty thief. Can't believe a rope just fell out of the sky. There's no denying it. I was born lucky. He really is little more than a petty thief. He was probably lying about recognizing me. Best to cut ties now. We're one step closer to creating a more just Restonia. You are the petty thief they claim. What a line to look at. Hello, ethereal mist. Welcome to the Maple World. It's good to be here. We were supposed to meet up in the town square later, and I wasn't stealing anything. I'm not a thief. I'm here to return something. Something that was unjustly taken. I don't care what you are or what you do. Just tell me everything you know about me. I know how this looks. I'm telling you I'm not a thief. A stolen family heirloom? Yes, their family heirloom was stolen by corrupt nobles. Now do you believe me? I told you I had something important to discuss with you when we met, right? I wanted to ask you to serve as my knight. Your knight. A knight to protect me from the harm during my ongoing mission to return what was stolen from the people, to return the rule of justice to Restonia. And one day, anyway, in order to make my dream a reality, I'll require the services of an exceptional knight. Because I'm going up against the entire noble class of this kingdom. I don't have time to get involved. I must discover who I am and why I ended up here. Nothing else matters. You lost your memories? In that case, I'll do my best to help. If you're going to recover your memories, you're going to have to travel around the city looking for clues, right? Assuming you were in the city before. You can change the corruption of this kingdom. Your skill with the sword is unparalleled. I know it. It has to be true. You must be the legendary knight. Legendary knight. As the story goes, it was legendary knights who legitimized the king's claim to power. Without their might, he was just a man. It's a pretty famous tale around here. I'll tell you more about it later. For now, let's go to the fountain. You do remember I had mentioned a fountain, right? I haven't agreed to anything. Do you think that if you just keep making requests, I'll do as you ask? That depends. Is it working? This boy is very wholesome. You're ridiculous. So that's a yes, right? I mean, what else have you got to go on? Why don't you tell me about yourself on the way there? I was hoping you would tell me about myself. Oh, right, and since we're going back there, we should probably disguise ourselves, so we don't get caught. Right.
battle against other flora, fighting alongside my fellow knights. It all seems a lifetime ago.
That's it? Nothing else? I'll make some inquiries. I have some friends who are masters of investigation.
It's a better plan than interrogating strangers in the streets.
Hey, you still awake over there?
Huh?
Everything okay? You've been pretty quiet for a while.
It's nothing.
Anyways, while you're helping me with my mission, I'll do whatever I can to help you recover your memories. That's a fair trade, right?
I will assist you, but only until I recover my memories.
Are you really so cold? You have the power to save this whole kingdom. Oh, that's right. I've been meaning to give you this. It's seen a bit of wear over the years, but it's a family heirloom. Consider it collateral for your help. It's a knight's token. If you decide you can't trust me, then sell it. It'll fetch you a handsome sum.
The pendant's lost its luster over the years, but it seems like a priceless artifact. Very well.
Say, I just realized I never asked you your name. I'll have to call you something if I'm going to appoint you my knight. What is your name? That's a really cool name, but it's a bit long to shout out in the middle of an emergency. I know. I'll call you Adele.
You most certainly will not.
Lighten up a little. Adele's a great name. Besides, you can use my nickname too. My name's also kinda long, so my friends just call me Jerome. You can too.
You're awfully talkative.
And you're pretty reserved. This is it! The perfect moment for a pledge between a lord and his knight. Okay then. I swear upon this, the fountain that brought us together, that I'll only use your power for the noble purpose of saving this kingdom!
Well, I've already accepted his knight's token as collateral. I suppose there's no harm in letting this play out until I've learned my way around the kingdom. Unless I ended up here, of all places, entirely by coincidence, there must be some trace of my past here.
I guess that officially makes you my knight. I look forward to working with you. Now, allow me to be the first to officially welcome you to Restonia, Grandis's capital of art and culture. Let's work together to save the kingdom!
The wholesomeness really never ends. Better take out the back alley cats to clear the path. I've gone a bit feral from hunger. Be careful. You want me to clear a path? Let's see what these swords can do. Call forth the blade that's in your heart. As of today, this is my new knight. Together, we punish the nobility and aid the people they've exploited. Is he serious? He's never going to change the kingdom with such a small ragtag militia. My ultimate goal is to become the king of Restonia. When I'm done, the city will be a wonderful place to live, just as it once was. That's quite the dream you've got. To achieve this, I intend to eliminate the nobles whose greed is destroying this kingdom and tyrannizing its people. Our main target is Count Cedric. Boo. You were gone for so long, I was starting to get worried. You can't just disappear without saying anything like that. Did you just call that thing Boo? This is Boo, my partner in justice. He possesses a unique ability to transform into different kinds of objects. Have you ever seen Treasure Planet? I like to imagine he just unabashedly says that to her face. You ever seen Treasure Planet, Adele? Transform into a hat for me. He also possesses the unique ability of doing whatever he wants. In any case, you'll see quickly he's very helpful to have around. This little guy's done a lot for me. With everyone here, I think it's only fitting we raise our glass to a new enterprise Raise a glass to freedom. Have you ever seen Alex? Starting tomorrow, all our time will be devoted toward investigating the Count. We've got to celebrate the little victories until then.
Is it because I'm far too beautiful for this world that you would have me leave it before my time? Very well. Then I'll gladly join the stars that dazzle the night sky.
Are you nearly finished with this little performance of yours? As I've told you, there's much to be done.
Those trivial matters don't suit me. I trust you to take care of them on your own.
Yes, I've taken care of the trivial matters by staying up all night. I need your signature on this document.
I'm so sick and tired of this.
By the by, I've searched at great lengths to find the paintings you've been looking for, and I'm happy to report I've managed to acquire 3 of the pieces. However, I'm afraid the whereabouts of the rest will be much more difficult to track down.
Then I suppose I'll have no choice but to wait. But we must find all of them, whatever it takes. You're up to the challenge, aren't you, Simon?
Of course, Mr. Cedric.
You are, without a doubt, my most competent servant. What now? Forgive the intrusion. We have urgent news for the Count. While chasing down a petty thief, our men encountered a very suspicious individual in the town square. In a sudden flash of light, they struck down a handful of our guards. It was as though their sword was dancing through the air. In any case, this individual is clearly incredibly skilled. A dancing sword? There's something else. They were wearing some kind of knight's uniform, but certainly not one from our kingdom. A master swordsman suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Who else could they be but the legendary knight I've been dreaming of? Simon, look into this knight for me. Report back as soon as you've learned anything.
Yes, sir.
I finally found them. A knight befitting my greatness. Soon, oh so very soon, I will have a new guardian and protector. Oh, gallant knight, why?
There he goes again. I really ought to quit this job.
Seemed like you were sitting in that spot all night. Did you get any sleep? It's the position I'm most comfortable sleeping in. Standing? What is that strange device? Is it used to conjure spells? Or perhaps a weapon of some sort? I'd better investigate. Stand back. It could be an explosive. That's an instrument. You use it to play music. Have you really never seen one before? An instrument? Got more adjusting to modern life than I thought. Help me carry out my missions and you'll be acclimated in no time. You hope to gain information from street performers? In Restonia, it's said that if you want to hear the latest gossip, you need only listen to the music on the streets. Perhaps a few silver would put them in a more musical mood. I'm afraid my own pockets are empty too. Maybe we can scrounge something up. I'll be back. Wait here. You need someone to show you the way. I'll come with you. I can manage. Or, at least I think I can. After all, I'm not the sort of person who stumbles while climbing up a wall. Now, did you see the smile? Did you notice it? It was very quick. It was very small. And it was very subtle. Yes, the whole embarrassing affair. I'll be back. I need to figure out how to properly use magical dispatch. Creates a magical shard that hunts down an enemy. 6-second cooldown. An absurdly long cast time that I can't use in the air. What exactly are its redeeming qualities? Oh yeah, I suppose that hasn't been shown on camera yet. The fact that I just leveled up 3 times at the same time. Because that's the power of a burning character. When the EXP bar reaches 100%, they immediately level up 3 times. It's different from triple EXP because the subsequent 2 levels would normally cost more EXP to level up. However, with burning, the instant you reach 1 level up, it gives you the next 2. Martial discipline, 30 attack, some speed jump, 60% stance, and minus 10% damage taken. It's good, but it could be more. Eventually I'll figure out how to use magical dispatch to my advantage. Until then, I can only do this. Not at the home of the Count. His lordship fusses over arts festivals as people toil just for bread. The Royal Arts Festival. It's an event where artworks from all across Grandis are exhibited. It's a practice that goes back to long before I was born and is hosted by the kingdom every autumn. You realize it's almost autumn, right? I can't tell with the lighting. And of course, the highlight of the entire festival is the artwork presented by the Restonia's royal family. Is he just trying to show off, or does he have some sort of ulterior motive? Adele, do you happen to know what newspapers are? They're basically bundles of paper documents about this big. They're distributed throughout the kingdom, and they chronicle the latest happenings and they keep the people informed. I understand what he's saying, but I'm going to let him keep going. Did I say something funny? You're saying that the newspapers should provide us insight into the Count's dealings. Don't try to change the subject. What are you laughing at? I just had a tickle in my throat. Gosh, everything about Adele is so beautiful to me. Is it strange that I'm confused as to why so many people like the class? Maybe it's just because, like, it has so much depth, but usually such highly mechanically intensive classes aren't popular. Arc is really strong, but you don't actually see that many people playing Arc. Blaster is really strong, but you don't see a lot of people playing Blaster. And yet, a large portion of the player base gravitates to Adele. Kadena also, yeah. Adele is strong and doesn't have to do a lot of work. Well, even if they cut the damage of this class in half, I would still main it. I'd probably still main it even if they cut it into fourths. Even with the fruits of the labor that I've given this character, a lot of this character's damage does come from itself. But yes, the amount of work that I've done multiplies the base of what the character provides. So, with a foundation, a great tower can be built. A tower of infinity. An ad seeking an old painting. Artist unknown, year unknown. Identifying traits. Gold markings on the back side. Payment 100 Restonian guilders. For inquiries, send to this address. This ad stood out to me. The author doesn't disclose their identity, and the way they describe the painting is unusual. They only describe the backside of the painting. It'd be reasonable to assume that that means that they don't know what the front of the painting looks like. Who in their right mind would pay so much for a painting when they don't even know what it looks like? And that's not all. The address that's written on the back belongs to Cedric's old residence. Hiding his identity to purchase a painting. It's not the sort of thing something in his position would feel the need to cover up. Something's fishy. See you back at the hideout. Let's meet back up at the bell's 5th toll. You left me with a slime.
Are you trying to tell me you want me to follow you?
Boo!
Boo, we've got to be back soon. Boo, wait! Where are you going?
What? The George just tore down the flyer criticizing the Count! Hold it right there, buddy! What do you think you're doing?
Blast! I've been spotted! My name is Cedric, Count of Restonia. I possess both beauty and power unparalleled by any in the land. I am the greatest man in the kingdom. So why, you may ask, am I being chased by dirty hoodlums in the street?
Hey, you! Why did you tear down that flyer? Are you one Count's bootlickers!
The reason I'm reviled, the reason they mock me, no matter how I look at it, there's only one explanation. They are simply jealous of my extraordinary beauty.
How could you support such a greedy, heartless tyrant? Has Count been fattening you up with his table scraps? Take off that hood!
Where did Boo go?
Get away!
What's going on over there?
Who are you? Are you working together? Grab them both!
I don't know what's going on, but I have no intent of getting caught up in another chase. Perhaps I can scare these men off with a few strokes of my blade.
A dancing sword? Could it be? You're the legendary knight! You came to save me? Oh, I've been waiting for this day for so long! But how did you know I was in trouble?
Huh? Oh, is it already time? I'm going to be late.
Wait! You must at least tell me your name! Oh, after so much waiting, I finally met my legendary knight.
There you are. How many times must I warn you not to leave the house alone, sir? Did you come to look at the flyers again?
I can't help but care. They're printing drivel about me.
At the very least, please let me accompany you next time, all right? Thanks to you, there is no end to my work, Mr. Cedric.
All right, all right. I'll do as you say. For a legendary knight, you're surprisingly shy. I won't let you run away next time.
A new player can make a tower out of Adele, but right now Kyrie's making a kingdom. Yeah? That's my intent. This is Brooke and Laddie. Help me from time to time with my work. I've asked them not to, but they insist on calling me boss. Wonderful. The lunatics are multiplying. It seems the events you described could only be the Flora Civil War, which happened a very long time ago. I'm afraid it might take some time to learn more. We'll have to comb through a bunch of dusty old manuscripts. Oh, and they did learn something about that painting the Count's looking for. Want to hear about it? A buddy of mine knows the location of a painting just like it. The painting is being stored in the basement of an antique store. What's more, we found a way in. They intend for us to break into a store? Must we really stoop to criminal acts before the good of a kingdom? I'll do whatever it takes to return the kingdom to the way it used to be. I understand if you don't feel the same way. So, it's your choice if you want to come with me. The desire to protect something at any cost. I don't know why, but it speaks to me. I'll go with you. Boo, could you transform into a lamp? You like how that actually works? He generates light. Can't even call this a whole painting. It's all torn up. The edges of the canvas are awkwardly torn as though it was ripped by hand from a larger work. A sword that looks oddly familiar? An old iron sword reminds me of my practice sword. I dimly recall sparring with someone in my youth. are you clutching that sword so tight? Ever since coming into contact with that iron sword, I've sensed a similar energy lies somewhere close by. Another object that might rekindle my forgotten memories. I'm certain it's somewhere in this kingdom. We haven't checked the Count's residence. He has a very extravagant lifestyle. His home must be full of collectibles and artifacts, though I can't say for sure they'll be old enough to be relevant. Which topic do you want to discuss first? Tracking the device's location, I guess. Located near the Count's residence. It's a not-so-secret passage located on the west side of town. Nobody's ever been able to get it open. I have an idea how to infiltrate the Count's residence through the door that has never been opened. No one has ever managed to get it open. Are you sure about this? No one's ever made it through the secret passage. That's all the more reason to try it. No, it's not. Look, they'll never expect it. For all his childish behavior, it seems there are some things that Jerome does take seriously. Must be opened by a mechanism, not strength. Something inscribed here. The knights pledge to their liege, their final breath. Only at the last gasp is their watch ended. Only thence are they carried beyond by the waters of dusk. It sounded like a riddle. Knights, water, dusk? Could it be talking about the fountain? The knight statue? It turns on at the same time every day. But if that's the case, we've already missed it. A passage that only opens at a specific time? Unlikely. Below this inscription, there's a raised illustration of the female knight from the fountain. It looks as though her spear could be rotated. What if it was turned toward dusk? If it was opened that easily, you'd think that more people would have made it in here.
You said like 400. Yeah.
With this music and the color scheme, I just got flashbacks to the Labyrinth of Suffering. There's an actual place called the Labyrinth of Suffering, and it looks an awful lot like this place. The terms of our contract may be short, but as long as I am your knight, it is my duty to protect you. I'll climb the wall, let down a rope, and try not to slip on the moss on the way up. Oh. I like the idea of Adele climbing this well and literally falling down and just like blood on your hands and just like this process needs to be done and just getting back at it and falling 2 more times and then succeeding. It's important. She's not infallible, but she is determined. We should be right below the residence. Rude abyss? I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that just now. It's especially interesting how the magical dispatch... They like to pick the same target. I think they all just pick whichever is closest to them. Wait. Magical dispatch has a long animation, but Adele has a backstep in her kit that cancels animations. Is that how you're supposed to make use of magical dispatch? Dispatch, cancel, and let them fly. And continue striking. Maybe. Dispatch becomes automatic when you level up more? You get your toggle skills. Intriguing. An old glove catches your eye. Does this one have voices? Or do I voice this? Can't you just overlook my transgression? Leave this place and you'll never see me again. Just spare my life. We were tasked with his elimination. This man who was once a knight. He groveled on the ground, trembling in fear, for the crime of abusing your station as a knight and dishonoring the king. Her blade stood against the traitor's throat. Veronica. I'm your friend, Veronica. Won't you spare my life? This isn't up to me. It's the platoon leader's duty to mete out judgment. There was no hesitation, no emotion, no thought of mercy. In one swift, fluid motion, it was over. The king's will is done. Let us return. I removed my soiled gloves. You already killed him? That's pretty cold. You really didn't even give it a second thought. I fulfill my duties as a knight. That is all this was. A duty. These gloves are just like the ones I was wearing back then. A mission to eliminate someone? Surely I was carrying out justice, as was my duty as a knight. So, why do I feel so guilty? I can't tell Jerome what I just saw, but why? Why can't I tell him? Did you remember something? I'm fine. Did you find the key? We should hurry. But I asked if you're all right. Did you even hear me? Even if I weren't, I would not allow it to affect our mission. Okay, let's go then. Your level of recalling greatness skill has increased. So with each of those flashbacks I get throughout the story, this beginner skill increases. This skill is essentially here to say, please don't skip the story. You can, but we will reward you long term if you actually read through the story. I must be getting close. A trap? The boy carefully inspects the hatch and the items piled throughout the room before noticing an inscription on the crown. Those who would seek the crown must learn to sacrifice the few for the many. Art thou worthy of the throne? Based on what I've read about the royal family and my inspection, that hatch is probably a rolling door, but it's designed to let a single person through and never open again. The rational decision would be for me to remain behind. Once they're out of harm's way, I can safely unleash my full power and tear down the door. Once they're safely away, I'll find my way out. The crown is right. If I'm ever going to be king, I have to learn to sacrifice for the greater good. But I'm not going to just go along with the choice someone else has laid out before me. A king doesn't follow. They lead. If I'm to be worthy of the crown, then I've got to pioneer and walk my own path. Let's blaze a new trail. One that sacrifices as little as possible. With a big grim, Jerome picks up a handful of jewels and throws them into the frame of the rolling door. That should stop the door from closing long enough for us all to escape together. Perhaps I've underestimated him.
We have like one too many.
Latch? Sorry, my memory is playing tricks on me. That was an absurd plan. I truly fear hanging around you is draining my intellect. It would seem that based on what's depicted in the restored painting, it looks like that key is needed to awaken the ancient god. There's not much time left until the arts festival. Keep searching for the key. We must locate it before the end of the festival. I can count on you, can't I? Of course, Mr. Cedric. Reassembling the painting was all just to locate the key? What key? Cedric, you monster, you would sell out our kingdom. What is this ancient god? And why would you seek to awaken it if it meant the kingdom's destruction? Just who do they intend to turn this key over to? There's too many questions. Flares launch from atop the building, light up the sky. Hold on. You can let me down now. The way forward will be perilous. The guards are no doubt looking for us. I will release you, but you must promise to stay behind me at all times. Ready. It's time to move. Stay behind me and keep close. Look at the incredible damage. A character under level 30, hitting almost 10,000 damage with a single skill. I'm running low on mana. We need to wrap this up.
incredible, Adele. That was some of the best bodyguarding I've ever seen. When I'm king of Restonia, I'd like you to continue to serve as my knight. If you're up to it.
I feel dizzy. Did I overdo it? I've got to hold on. I can't lower my guard until we reach the hideout.
Adele? Adele!
So cold. I feel so far away from where I was before. Could all of that have been a dream? Everything I experienced in Restonia? Perhaps it's for the best. I never belonged there anyway. So why does it feel so urgent I go back?
Adele! Adele! Wake up! Oh, now you're up. You know, it wasn't easy sneaking you past all those guards. Of course, once we were on the water, it was smooth sailing.
We're on a boat? I remember escaping, and then... Oh, that's right. I was lost in the void. But which is reality? This place, and the boy before me? Or the darkness? Am I still trapped within the void? Perhaps all this is an illusion.
What is it you're always thinking about?
What?
Sometimes, it's like you go somewhere else. Like you're 1,000 miles away. Like you've given up on everything and everyone that ties you to this world. And when I call out to you, you just stare right through me like I'm not even here. But I am here. I'm real. I can't imagine how hard it's been for you, waking up centuries away from the life you knew. The parts you can remember. Me and Boo are here for you. You can make a home here in Restonia. Sorry, was that too sentimental? It's just something I've been wanting to say to you. Everything in this world happens for a reason. In my darkest hour, at the moment I needed you most, you appeared in my life. Maybe you need me too. What I'm trying to say is, I'll be here by your side. I may not be a knight. When times are tough, I'll be there to protect you. Was that too much? That was definitely too much. The silence is getting awkward. I'd better hurry and change the subject. But wait, Adele is smiling. Adele, I hope you'll have more things to smile about in the future.
He means to use this festival as an opportunity to sell off the key. We still don't know what the key is. Level 30. And yet I have no job quest. It's just how Adele works. Unlike Cadina, I can't just have it on demand. Some might call that annoying. And that's another one of those reasons why I don't understand why this character is popular. But if its damage were cut in quarters, I'd still play. Perfect, we can walk through the front door like we're invited guests. Start preparing to infiltrate the party. Be a masquerade party.
Legendary knight, here in my home. No doubt drawn here by my unsurpassed beauty. There can be no other explanation.
My goodness, you really are delusional, aren't you? Your precious knight was clearly in league with that sorry thief who broke into the residence.
My poor naive knight. Surely you've been misled or compelled somehow to assist that ruffian.
As for the boy, he looked quite familiar. So I did a bit of digging. You'll never guess what I discovered. It seems he's the last prince of Restonia.
What? But I thought there was no one left with blood ties to the throne.
As did I. But after seeing the portrait, I'm hard-pressed to come up with another explanation. The resemblance is uncanny.
Then could the boy be trying to steal my crown?
I can't say, but he certainly overheard our plan. So he may very well try to expose us to the people.
That certainly hastens our timeline. The key! Did you find it? We must deliver it to the High Flora.
Well, about that.
Perhaps seeing the void has caused this awkward silence, knowing that all this can be stripped away in an instant. I can't afford to get distracted. This mission is all that matters. After all, it's the only lead I have to go on. Once this is over, my duty as a knight will be ended, and the two of us will go our separate ways. Does he do that often? There's no point in trying to understand Boo. He just does what he wants sometimes. I better get going and meet up with the others. Why don't you enjoy the art exhibit in the meantime? I'll come find you when the masquerade starts. Who knows? You might find something that sparks your memory. A knight's mask. I wonder if I've ever been to such an event. I certainly feel ill at ease in this gaudy atmosphere. What is that? It looks so much like the other that Jerome gave me. It says this pendant is a token identical to those presented to the knights who defended the previous God King in centuries past. Centuries past, knights who defended the God King. Dozens of knights knelt side by side. Their heads were bowed in solemn silence. I hereby proclaim you the Knights of the God King. The king presented a token to each knight, symbolic of their oath. He signaled each to rise in turn, clapping them on the back joyfully. He seemed a strong-willed but benevolent ruler. Above all other duties, I entrust you with the protection of Einerjar. Yes, your majesty. We live to serve. We swore an oath that day. We would give our lives for our liege. It was a pledge engraved in our very hearts. None of us could ever have imagined back then that it would be so carelessly trampled on the fields of battle. The plaque refers to him as the previous God King. Does that mean that he no longer lives? The level of your recalling greatness has increased. The attack power will continue to increase, but the crit damage will remain steady. Looks like the masquerade is about to begin. Perhaps I should wait for Jerome in the ballroom.
Where is that boy?
Pardon me. Would you care to dance? Surprised to see me?
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Nah, sorry. Anyways, will you dance with me? We've got to try and blend in with the party.
I don't dance.
Don't worry, I can teach you.
Seeing him dressed up like this, he actually looks rather dashing. It's hard to believe this is the same naive boy I've been following around all this time.
Hey, Adele. There's something I've been meaning to tell you. I guess I was worried you wouldn't believe me. It's about my family. You see,
Jerome! I know he's nearby, but I can't see him among the crowd of arriving party guests.
Adele?
Did someone just place their hand on my shoulder? Jerome, what did I just tell you?
May I have this dance? It's been a long time, Adele. I'm surprised to see you out and about.
You know me?
Of course I know you. Poor Adele. Having memory troubles, are we?
Who are you?
Now where's the fun in telling you that?
Enough games. I could strike you down where you stand.
Same old Adele. Always thinking with your sword. Are you really going to attack me in front of all these people? I thought not. I'm glad to see you're making new friends here. You and that boy seem very close.
You'll stay away from him if you value your life.
Don't be such a grouch. I'm only here to say hello. What would be the point of fighting with you in your weakened state? When next we meet, you'd best have recovered your full strength. I want the real Adele, the Royal Knight. Got it? So step up your game, Adele. If you take too long, I just might have to play with your little boyfriend instead. Well then, I'll be seeing you.
Wait!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. I'm Count Cedric, and it has been my solemn honor to guide this great kingdom in the absence of our late king. Our presentation will begin momentarily.
I have been told that, yes, if you make a male Adele, all of these scenes are still the same with a male character. You know, the whole scooping the prince, the boat scene with them together, the dancing, saying that he looks rather dashing. Prince. Goshiji and Sama, going to reveal the artwork any minute. When they turn the lights out, we'll grab the key. Be ready to move when I give you the signal. If something goes wrong and I get caught, I want you to leave me and get out of here as fast as you can. Kill the lights. Pair of metal shackles close around your wrists. The shackles have nullified your magic. It was a trap from the start. Why didn't you tell me who you were? If I had told you I was the prince, I would have only complicated things. To be honest, it's not a title I'm particularly proud of. I really do want to save this kingdom, and what better way than to correct my father's mistakes? But I am sorry. All of this is my quest, my responsibility. I never should have dragged you into it. I want you to run. Don't worry about me. Just get out of here. Cedric would force you to serve as his knight if he could, and that would be more than I can bear. Sorry to keep you waiting. I will never serve as your knight, if that's what you're after. My shift is nearly over. Let's get to the point. I'd like you to accompany the Count. Are you going to kill me? Well, of course not. You're still of use to us. If your usefulness were to run out, however, that would be a different tale. Time to play as the star pupil, more like the star bubble. I'm glad you guys had as much fun on the Angelic Buster streams as I did. Are you here to aid me? Can you undo these shackles? I need to find Jerome before the Count decides he's no longer of use. A king doesn't follow, they lead. I made a pledge to protect Jerome. This was the very spot I agreed to be his knight. Sentimental value is strength.
By the sword, rekindle the flames of your oath. Its light is the only weapon that can defeat the darkness.
This is the voice I heard by the fountain on the day I met Jerome. The voice that told me to summon my blade. This light feels like a beacon breaking through the cloud of darkness that is my mind.
For the king!
There's only 10 of us left. If this keeps up, they'll break through in no time. No, I can't let it end like this. Must defend the gate! Is this the extent of your loyalty? Did your oaths mean nothing? How can you so casually betray all the knights stand for?
Did I fail to protect my liege all those years ago? I can't lose Jerome. Blade casters control, elite training, and the greatest of all, the will to live. So, shall we save Jerome? Perhaps it can only be activated by one with direct royal lineage. Simon, bring the boy over here. More us. More memories surfacing. You're not a prince. You're no one. You're a petty, back alley thief. Accept it. Go quietly to your grave. I will say this for you. Your sad little life wasn't completely in vain. After all, without you, I could never have gotten my hands on the ancient key.
I'm coming, Jerome.
Don't let her through!
Rhythm, grace, and force. These soldiers are all that stand between me and saving Jerome. They are nothing to me. Trigger heart, skewering. Impale. Resonance rush. And I can rip this mask off my face. Impale. Resonance rush. Adele is beautiful in combat. Your night ship. And what are those wings? Fight well, my friends.
Oh, really? And I suppose that you do. You pretend you're some kind of hero, but the truth is you covet my power. You would depose me and crown yourself King of Restonia. Do you know how hard I've worked to wrest control of this land from lesser men? To surrender the throne to some brat because he's got blood ties to a failed king!
Is this how it ends? After all I've done to save this land from the Count's greed? Is he really going to get away with his betrayal? If you can hear my desperate plea, please, save me, Adele. Huh?
And rightful heir of Restonia, have come to fulfill my oath.
Are you truly intent on following this pitiful street urchin to his grave? You would choose him over me, one who has beauty, brilliance, power, and wealth. What could he possibly offer you that I could not?
Release him.
The blood of the kings means nothing. I am superior to this gutter rat by every measure imaginable!
It has nothing to do with blood. One whose ego is so fragile that they spend every waking moment thinking only of themselves has no right being king. That is why I could never accept you as my liege.
How dare you! I won't sit here and listen to this nonsense! As bright as God. Simon, I'll trust you to handle this disruption. This boy and I have unfinished business.
Hold it right there, Count!
I was offered to be the man's butler, not his knight. I think when all this is over, it's only fitting I tender my resignation. I'll see to it that you're alive long enough to give him one.
Simon, you must be quite some butler to weaken the legendary knight as much as you have. All that remains is to hand this key over to the High Flora, and then my beautiful throne will be safe at last.
The Flora?
It seems all those stories about the power of the legendary knight were grossly exaggerated.
I'm fading again into the void. Is it because I've exhausted my magic reserves?
Are you so intent on protecting this boy that you would risk your own life? Very well.
He's going to throw Jerome over the edge. I have to get up. I have to stop him.
Ah! Well, I'll be off then.
Jerome! Must I once again stand powerless to act as my liege is taken from me? No, not this time. I will never be helpless again!
You who are beloved by the soul, rekindle the flames of your oath. Its light is the only weapon that can defeat the darkness.
I'll save you, Jerome, even if it takes all of the strength left within this body. A little faster.
Adele, you can fly? I told you to leave me behind because I wanted to protect you, but I'm really glad you came for me. Thank you for being my knight. And for giving me faith. If you'd never come along...
We're under attack?
Adele, those are fireworks from the festival. Just relax and enjoy them. Beautiful, aren't they?
I suppose.
I've never seen fireworks from a place like this before. I don't think I'll ever forget this moment. I'll have to remember to brag about this to Brooke and Larry.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile like this, Jerome. It seems these fireworks are a happy thing. I'm not sure I see it, but I never used to smile before I met you. Being with you gives me hope that perhaps even someone like me is worthy of happiness.
I was the most important man in the kingdom of Ristonia. Thankfully, I have a way out. I need only deliver this key to a High Flora officer, and in a few days' time, I'll be back on top where I belong. Sorry I'm late. I ran into a bit of trouble on the way over. But don't worry, I have your prize right here.
I was told you had something to give me. Where is it?
Oh, yes, as you wish. Wait a moment. Did this key always have a face? Huh? What? This isn't my key.
Are you kidding me?
There seems to have been a mistake.
What a waste of my time. Take him away!
My lady, please!
It seems he failed to secure the key. What a pity. I cannot protect him any longer. You may do with him as you see fit.
Fine. I'll leave it to you then. Do me a favor, will you? No more screw-ups.
I'll continue to investigate the key's whereabouts.
I'll see you again soon, Adele. I hope you're prepared.
It's an acknowledgement of everything we've worked to achieve. The first step on the road to ensuring that Ristonia will never again submit to the will of a tyrant. Whatever happened to the real key? It's right here in my pocket. learn a lot of useful skills growing up on the streets. As long as we keep this key out of the wrong hands, Restonia is safe. That's why I plan on taking it far away from here. I'm supposed to meet up with everybody to celebrate at the Uprising hideout. We can save our goodbyes for after that. The situation in Restonia may be calm for now, but that can change in the blink of an eye. I want the Uprising to stay vigilant and ensure that it doesn't happen in my absence. Come back to visit us. I leave Restonia to all of you. You learn the skill High Rise. Oh, it's first job. Adele, you can fly? Sort of. Not for very long. And only once in the air. Somebody is watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Min, if you're watching, that one's for you. I know that I was one of the King's Knights, and that I fought in the Civil War before being sealed away. I have nothing to go on but fragmented memories. Surely there's someone out there who can provide me with answers about my past. Hopefully someone that doesn't have pink hair. There's another realm out there called the Maple World. It's where I'll find answers. You're traveling to another dimension? I suppose that means you wouldn't be seeing very much of each other. I'll be sad to see you go, but if it's for a good cause, it can't be helped. If there's anything our journey together has made clear, it's that I'm nowhere near ready to assume the throne. That's why I've resolved to embark on my training mission alone. I have to learn to depend on myself. Consider your contract as my knight fulfilled. You're free to go. I'm sure you have your own goals that you want to achieve, right? You've learned artistic recall. You can use the skill to instantly return to Restonia. Whenever you're feeling homesick during your training, feel free to come back and visit. Also, I'd like you to hold on to the knight's token I gave you. I meant what I said before. When the day comes that I'm ready to be king, I'd like you to once again serve as my knight. I promise the next time we meet, I'll have grown a little wiser and a little stronger. Thank you so much for your help, Adele. I'll be seeing you again, Jerome. Should you ever find yourself in peril, you need only call out my name. Wherever you are, I'll find you.